Hi guys, it's Shama Kobe, the Blinding Beauty, and you already know why I'm here, so let's just get into it. Now, this story is about a girl named Enke. Enke was a very bright student in Unilag before I entered Unilag. Yeah, so all of you that I said, I know you want to go and start thinking and digging. No. Anyway, um, Enke in 100 level met a set of girls. There were six in number, so she was number seven, and they became friends, very solid friends, doing so well. Enke was a good girl from a rich home, was a good girl, like she was a virgin. And she was doing so well academically that she was the one carrying them. So in exam, that kind of thing where positioning, you arrange yourself, all of that, Enke was that girl. Now, 300 level, like we fast forwarded to 300 level, and they just finished exams, and everybody did so well thanks to Enki because she was doing tutorials for them. She made sure that in exam hall, no matter how much they rearranged the seats, they got answers, everything. So everybody did so well. She has always been on a 4 point GPA, right? But they did well, and every year they do better than they were doing before, thanks to her. Because she was that person, very caring. She was like the mother hen. She was a motherly figure. And in all that, she was so excited when she saw that everybody did well. So she's like, let's throw a party because now we're entering final year. So she tells the girls organize the party, all of that. She drops money, all of that, because she was that girl. She was all round solid. Now these girls go to the cultists in school and tell them that, you know what, we want to treat our friends F up. Cultists were like, what did this girl do? They start to say all sorts of things about this girl that are not true, cook up lies, cook up stories, that they want to beat her up. And apart from that, they would like to sexually assault her at the party. They're going to lease her drink, they're going to drug her and then do that. So she won't know what's going on. But they want a video so they can hide their faces, but her face has to show and all that, you know, and all of that. So they say, okay, now these boys on their own are not the kind of cultists that these girls think they are. They're like club boys, but they're cultists, yes. But they're not the types that fight, they're not the types that kill, behead, do all those gruesome things. No. They are just cultists that want to keep, we like to say, sanity in school, but they do it in a way that is intimidating to you. So you are afraid, but you don't know that they're not using the normal cultist tactics, or how do I put it? So they had a meeting within themselves, like, what kind of friends does this girl have? Even if she's a demon, that you want to do all these things to her, and you know that she's a virgin and all that. So they decide that they were going to go to that party, not to do these things to her, but to go there in case they have a plan B if they don't show up. So they make sure that nothing happens to the girl. So they were going there to protect the girl, but they didn't say it to the other girls. Are you following? So they get to the party, see that there's actually no plan B, that it's just them. And so they tell the girls that, okay, you know what, we want to go into the room and do everything. So when they get into the room, the Capone now sees NK. He has been on Enke's case since 100 level. Enke said she's not interested, and Enke didn't date anybody. So the fact that all of them, that nobody has even dated Enke, was a problem for them. And the fact that she was still a virgin was a problem for her friends. And so Capone sees her and is like, now, on a normal day, he's supposed to be upset because he has been trying to get this girl and he can't get her. But he's not angry, right? He feels bad that he can't date her because he genuinely actually liked that girl. But he's not the kind of feel bad that he wants to get back at her and now do those bad things to her. No, he's just like, he now feels pity for her. Like, I'm supposed to be protecting this girl because I love her or I like her. So right there in the room, then he now tells his other men, because his men know, like, he, you can't like a girl as a guy or even as a girl. You can't like a boy and people around you would not know. At least the people that you claim to be close to. So everybody knows this NK girl that would never agree for Capone, right? And I think that's partly why they called him, thinking that, all of that. But they didn't know how the depth of the love or the likeness he had for her. They just wanted to show her Pepe. And then thinking that, the fact that he had toasted her, it would, make everything sweeter. And again, they were the happening people. They were the most feared at the time. So he now tells his friends right there in the room that he needs evidence against this girl because he doesn't care how bad this girl is. It cannot be that bad that you want to ruin somebody's life like this, you know. So he puts his phone on record and puts it back in his pocket. He doesn't need video, he just needs their voices. And he goes back to the sitting room and is asking the girl, so what's this girl's name and all of that? They say it and they're like, which one is what's her name? You don't know NK. He said, oh, she's sleeping face down. So he hasn't seen that she's the one. So they say, it's NK, all of you, sexually assault her. I want you to do all that to her, yada, 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 you know. And he said, okay. He now said to them that not only will I be the one to do it, since I'm here with my men, four of them, that what will, do what we want to do to her and all that. They stayed to shout that you are the no wonder they call you the baddest. You are this, you are that. Instead of them to be afraid and say, we didn't mean it this bad or we don't want to take it that far. These people were hailing these guys like the boy say he has never been so afraid in his life, even as the one that is feared, that he fears people and that he fears women. That look at the extent he was saying, and they were gingering. He was trying to see whether they would change their mind. No, they were gingering, they were happy at that. Go hard. So him and his men enter the room. He just brings out his phone, puts it on video, and starts to record. For about 45 minutes of nothing happening, just his friends just looking at the girl, hovering over her as she's sleeping. All of them still properly dressed. When he's done, he switches off the video and goes outside with the boys. And then they're like, oh, let them go and dress out before. And he says, no, that there's no need, that he has done all that. That he's a man of his words now, that he doesn't do half job. That he has dressed up and everything and left her in the position he met her so that she would never know, because the plan was for her not to know that anything happened to her. Then one day, video will circulate around school that they are going to spread or leak, and then it will circulate. So they're like, oh, okay, how far the video? He's like, that you were specific, that you said you wanted her face to show properly. That so he has to take the video back to make sure that at no point was any of them's face showing. That's him and his guys, but that they want to make sure that her face was showing properly. They start to hail these boys again, and so they leave. Now, trying to reach them, he has been giving them that don't worry, when I send this video to you, now even me, I'll be the one to leak it, all of those things. So they've been expectant. Now he sees NK one day, he goes out and he sees her. And he walks up to her and like tries to talk to her. For some reason, NK was in a fantastic mood that day. And it's not like she's rude, but you know how you've just told somebody politely that, oh, I don't want, they're not hearing. So that day you decide to engage them. And so she engages him. And says that this guy is such an interesting guy, very intelligent, because again, if you know anything about cultists, their capones are always the very unlikely ones. Most of them are always on a 4-point GPA. They are very quiet. They're very, so he's actually a very intelligent person. But like I said, he's not that kind of cultist we think they are. No. So that this boy is very interesting. He's hilarious. His sense of humor is awesome. So they kick it off, like not dating or anything, but they become friends. And so he already has it in his mind that he wants to protect this girl based on everything that's happened before. So their closeness like becomes very, very fast. Like they become very good friends, solid friends, and all that. Again, her friends don't know all this, by the way, that they've bonded, and all that. And for some reason, that's the one information she hasn't given them, because NK is transparent. She says everything as it is with nothing in her mind. She just talks. So for some reason, she hasn't told them that me and this boy have started talking. And she said till today she doesn't know why she never said it. It's not that she was hiding anything, but that's the one information that just did not come out, because there was never a situation that brought it out, like made them talk about it, you know. Neither did they ever see them working together. And he was very strategic and particular based on, the information at hand. So one day he says that he would like to see her. Will she come to his room? She said yes, that why not? He said, my guys will be there. I want to see you. Like my friends will be there. Thinking that maybe she'll be scared or anything. She said, no, what's that? Are you know my friend now? That she will come. That she wants to see them. He said, okay, I don't want to discuss something very important with her. That they have something they want to tell her. So she goes to the room. He tells her to prepare herself because what he's about to tell her will shock her. She said, okay now. He starts to tell her. She said he's joking. She said, it's not like they called somebody else. They called me, Enki, me. She said, okay, no problem. I feel you. She was about to leave. He drags her inside. Puts his phone, first plays the recording. That's the voice recording. She heard everybody's voice there. She kept quiet. Then played the video of her in that room, the place that they rented that they want to play. What I wanted to party. She sees herself there. Sees the boys there. 45 minutes of doing nothing. Video. And this girl, like, he touched her and she was literally cold. Ooh, like, even me as I'm saying this thing now, like, I have shivers. Like I see they sent cold water down my spine. And she's just there, like, what did I ever do to these people? He said he asked the same question. And he's like, they're not just only jealous of you, they hate the fact that you're a virgin, but they make it look like you're not the cool one. And she's like, but I've always even like and she's just there, she's weak, Like she actually couldn't even stand up. Like, when you are physically weak as well. She couldn't move. She was just there, numb. The other boys now came. One hugged her, said to beg her. Capone too came, was hugging her. She rested on his shoulder. He begged her because she cried. Like she said, she was there for like 3 hours. She could not stop crying because these are people that she has even told her parents about their IT. She was the one that got where each and every one of them did their IT based on her dad's influence. Like these are people that she writes for when they are broke in school, or their parents cannot afford to buy books or anything for them in school. Nobody knows. So she has, for instance, let's say she has helped, maybe let's say one's name is maybe Tope, and let's say another one's name is maybe Nunu, just hypothetically speaking. She has helped Nunu pay school fees, and Tope did not hear about it in that same clique. She has helped Nunu buy things, take care of her mom's bills, and Nunu and Tope and the rest of the clique never heard about it. She's that person that, like the Bible says, when you help with your left hand, your right hand should not know. That is who she was to them. And they will come individually and beg her, she will help. Sometimes they will say some things out, she will help. Some they know about, some they don't know about. And she was always just that person, that person. And she's like, and it's me that these people want to do this thing to. So the boys are like, I advise you show this thing to your dad, though. That's him influence is using to help all of them. Let him use that influence and deal with all of them. And she's like, okay. So the dad, he follows her to see the dad. First of all, the dad was so impressed, like a young boy, so much sense. The father gave him blessings, though, that if my daughter ever decides to date you, I'm sure that she's in safe hands. Not even because of anything, but because of the fact that you could have held a grudge, or a lot of men can't take rejection when a girl tells you no. You could have used your ego or used anything to you had her. You could have done so much, but you didn't. So the father was like, he didn't. It's not about the courses thing because I already know you are playing. When courses are courses, I knew you are not courses. So he's like, if my daughter ever decides that she wants to date you, you have my lessons because I can trust you. I can trust her life with you. You know, and that's a sign that you genuinely actually like her. I didn't just want to sleep with her. I just want to be that one to say I dated NK. And so she shows her father. All this while she was still pretending, acting normal with her friends, all of that. She said that was the hardest part of her life because she didn't. She's a confrontational person and she doesn't know how to pretend. So she's like she doesn't know how to cope, but she had to do it. And the father dealt with them. Oh, he dealt with them. No, we don't need police and all those kind of things, but he dealt with them. And then she eventually told them and showed them everything. And that was how the friendship ended. And all of them, even though they planned it together, for some reason their friendship started to scatter. We don't know why, because they are demon friends together, but they couldn't keep the friendship without NK. So the moment she left them, their friendship scattered. And guess what? NK married couple. That was the highlight for me. Like they actually did marry. And she said I didn't marry him because of what he did for me. Like I had found him so interesting that by the time he was telling me this information, I had taken a liking to him. So he's such a great person outside of, all this. They got married and they have two boys. And that was so sweet to hear. And what do you think about the story? Mind who you call friend. That's all I have to say. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Bye.